Yeah, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, Dad Poppy, aka Low Courtside, back at you again with another video. Once again, I wanted to make one of the videos was more of the meat and potatoes, none of that Doritos, none of that McDonald's, none of that Burger King. I want that real spill. And so today's video is going to be about how to tell if a woman is about to waste your time. Now, I know a lot of you guys be out here and you get these numbers, you get these IGs, whatnot, etc., etc. You come across a lot of women, and you're dealing with getting flaked on, you're dealing on getting led on, you're dealing on getting played with, and if you're new to the game or you're just not seasoned enough, you might not recognize the signs of a woman actively wasting your time. What is wasting your time? Wasting your time is basically just doing enough to keep you around, but she's not actually trying to hang out with you. She's not actually trying to let you be. She's just trying to do enough to keep and hold your attention when she wants it, but at the same time, not giving you anything in return by actually engaging with you and hanging out with you like you want, face to face. So, without further ado, let's get right into the video. So, how to tell if a woman's about to waste your time. Number one, slow response to text and inconsistent text. Now, I know everybody nowadays is busy. We all have our lives. We all have things going on. And so texting has kind of not been what it used to be back in the day. I feel like a lot of people have kind of fallen back from texting. I've definitely fallen back from texting. I used to be a big, huge texter back in the day in high school growing up. Was excited about it when group chats came out. I loved texting, loved being in the group chats, loved sending memes to my friends. There was a time when I was in high school in which I preferred texting women over talking to them in person. Crazy, I know, right? But anywho, that's just to goes to show you how the dynamics has changed. But nowadays, texting has really kind of taken this weird like almost it's almost like emails. Like people will get back to your text like they get back to the email in that time frame, and so it's just not what it used to be. You kind of had to adapt now. With that being said, uh, slow text. Now, we all have jobs, we all have school, we all have responsibilities to tend to. So, if a girl doesn't text you back in like 30 minutes or an hour, that's not really a slow text, in my opinion. People have things going on, and maybe they just don't want you to respond to your text at that particular time. I remember I seen some video in which a guy said that if he doesn't get a text back within 5 hours, he's done with the girl. That's not necessarily the case, but it is something that you should be on the lookout for is how often they respond to your text. During the day when people are normally busy, for sure, you got things going on, that's 100% on you. But there should be at least a point in the day that it kind of settles down for them, that it kind of slows up to the point where maybe they don't take 5 hours to text you back every time. Maybe they only take an hour. Maybe they only take 45 minutes. Maybe they only take 30 minutes. It depends, closer to bedtime, whatnot. We all have points in which we take breaks during the day. And so if you're seeing that they're not getting back to your text in at least an acceptable manner, then that's a sign that they're probably wasting your time. Also, inconsistent texting. And they text you on Monday, and then you text them back, and they don't text you back until Wednesday. That's inconsistent texting. That's that goes into the slow response. But then I feel like at that point, it's not really a slow response. It's inconsistent. If you text me one day and I text you back, and then we don't even continue the conversation, and then you just try to start a conversation back up another day, that's you being inconsistent. Those are like there's the difference between the two. Like there's slow text where all right, a few hours go by, you text me back. There's inconsistent text. I don't even know if I'm going to hear back when I respond. That's inconsistent. And so if they're doing that, they're liable to waste your time. Number two, doesn't answer your phone call or FaceTime or call you back after you phone call or FaceTime them. Now, this is a really big one in my opinion because in a relationship, and I'm not talking about a committed relationship, I'm just meaning when you have a relationship or starting to build a relationship with a girl, there's barriers that they will put up to kind of to stop you from getting too close if they don't want you too close. And one of the big ones is calling them or FaceTiming them. If a girl doesn't answer your FaceTime, she's not trying to give you that time to connect with her on a face-to-face basis, or even just with voice. It's a little bit more intimate than the texting. See, there's levels. There's texting, then there's FaceTime phone call, and then there's actually being in each other's face and company. So FaceTime phone call is kind of that second layer where you're getting closer to being there in person, but you're not there yet. But they can actually hear your voice, they can hear your emotions, you can hear theirs back, you can kind of read the situation better. And so if they don't get on the phone with you or they don't get on FaceTime with you, that might be a real red flag that they are gonna waste your time. Now there's gonna be some people that say, well, what if they just don't like to get on the phone and they don't like to FaceTime? Who cares? We all get on the phone every now and again. Even if they're not a big phone person, you telling me that they can't call you back? You telling me that you guys can't have a quick 5, 10 minute phone call, FaceTime, just to talk to each other, just to connect real quick, just to communicate and then go on about your day? I'm not talking about you need to be on some 1990s, it's 7 o'clock so you don't get charged for the phone bill anymore so you can just start talking about whatever. It just seeing if you have that access, seeing if she will make herself available to you in that fashion. And if not, then more often than not, they're gonna waste your time. The girls that actually pick up the phone with you like you to a certain extent. If there's different levels of interest. There's I'm interested enough to text you back in a timely manner. There's I'm not interested enough to text you back in a timely manner. There's I'm not interested enough to text you back within the day. Then there's I'm interested enough to pick up your phone call, or I'm interested enough to pick up your phone call when I'm ready to pick up your phone call, or to call you back when I'm in the mind state to pick up your phone call. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Uh, another another telltale sign is they take a long time to respond to you on the day of the date. Guys, you know how many times in which I have tried to set up dates with women, or I've set up the date with a woman, and I said, oh, okay, let's do this on this day. And they're like, okay, cool, great, sure. And the day finally comes. I text them, maybe I say good morning, I'd be like, oh, blah, 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 like, what time do you want to meet up, or whatever. And I usually do this around, like, sometime in the morning, probably around 11, but no later than, I'd say, 1 in the afternoon, depending on how I'm feeling. But by that time, it's ample enough time. They're definitely up. They're definitely about. They're definitely able to check their phone by that time frame. And at that point, if I'm texting you at 11, and to go back to my previous point of the slow response to text, when you text somebody, you start to get a rhythm of knowing when they're probably going to respond. Whether or not it's like, okay, they usually respond about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. That's usually their response time, or they usually respond like in an hour or two. You start to understand a person's response time to you when you're texting them. So if now the response time goes from 30 to 40 minutes and now 3 to 4 hours, then there's a high chance that you're probably about to get flaked on and you're about to get your time wasted. You always be cognizant of that. And if they don't text you back within the timely manner, on the day of the date, it might be better to just say, hey, let's reschedule. Something popped up. Because if you don't, and you kind of just keep waiting longer and longer in the day to kind of like wait for the other shoe to drop, eventually they're going to say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I forgot. Oh my gosh, you're going to hate me. And you're going to sit there with your goddamn dick in your hand. You're like, fuck, I just got flaked on. I just got played again. If they don't text you back in a timely manner on the day of the date, cancel it. I'm telling you, just cancel it. Just say reschedule because something came up. Because they're not stupid. They know that they set the date. They know that you're expecting a reply. They're holding off on replying to you because either they're still not committed to the idea of going out. Maybe they do warm up to you and they text you back like 5 hours later. Oh, hey, sorry, something came up. I was really busy at work, but yeah, let's hang out. Or they don't work up to actually warming up to the idea and then they flake on you and they say something came up. When that happens, you want a girl that's going to actually respect your time and understand that like there's texting and then there's texting on the day of the date. When I text the girl, I usually take my time. I'm not in a rush to text them back. But on the day of the date, I'm always respectful of the fact that it's like, hey, we're on a time limit here. Like we're trying to accomplish something. We're trying to meet up and coordinate. And so on my end, I need to make sure that I'm punctual. I need to make sure that I'm communicating effectively so that we can meet up wherever we need to meet up at, and so that they're not left in the dark, and so that we can continue to go out on a date and have a good time. If they don't do that, more often than not, they're not even in the mind state to be doing that. Um, Another one is she makes a big deal about being busy. So this is for the ones where if you ask a girl out on a date or you're texting them and they just say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so busy. I just always have so much going on. I have my friends, I have my family, I have my job, and I'm in school." Blah 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 blah. All these are excuses. If she's really trying to throw these excuses in your face, she's already setting you up to flake on you, or she's already setting herself up to not be available to you. When she's saying all this, she's basically saying, "I'm not really trying to be available to you. Take the hint." Now she could really be busy, but in my experience and from what I know about women, they make the time for who they want to make the time for. And guys, let me tell you, I've dated women with jobs. I've dated women that had good jobs, not just any old job, like really good jobs. They were making good money. I've had women with multiple jobs. I've been with women that have had jobs and children. Right? I've had women that lived hundreds of miles away. I dated all of them, and they all made time for me. And under normal circumstances, it wouldn't make sense for them to make time for me. A woman's coming home from work after a day of work, and then she has to bring her kid home from school and feed her kid and take care of her kid, coming over to my crib at 10 o'clock at night to get buzzed down. Now, if she wasn't interested or if she was going to waste my time, she wouldn't even do that. But when they want to, they will. If she wants to, she will. If she got three jobs, I've had girls that have had the girls' night and they had a party, they had a function, a completely reasonable reason to not see me, to not uh, pull up on me, the whole 9 yards. And what happens? If I tell them to come through, they come through. They'll come through after the party. They'll come through at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. They will, if they want to, they will. They work two jobs, and if they work two jobs, as soon as they get off, they gonna come over to your spot. If they want to, they will. And so they telling you that they too busy. They really just planting the seeds on not being available to you. I don't really even like it when a girl try to like throw that in my face on, "Oh, I'm too busy," because in that same breath that's like implying that I'm also not busy. We are supposed to make time for who we want to make time for. So don't throw it in my face that you're busy. I'm busy as well. I have friends as well. I have a job as well. I have other hobbies and passions and side projects that I do on my own time. We're all quote unquote busy. We all have things to do. We all have other matters to attend to. But we make time for what we want to make time for. So if they're telling you that they're busy, they really just trying to say, "I'm not in a generous mood to make time for you for real, for real." So be on the lookout for that because they probably gonna put you on the back burner and they probably gonna waste your time. And a lot of times they're not available because they're messing with another dude, and that's just a fact. That's how the game goes. We don't get mad at the game. We just accept for what it is, and we keep it pushing. We keep playing. If she's not making herself available, she's gonna waste your time. Also, if she asks you for a favor or for money before y'all even link up, if she's asking you for money before you link up, before you go on the date. Matter of fact, let me fix that because I'm coming at that completely wrong. If y'all went out on a date, if y'all are just casually dating, she's asking you for money already. That is a huge red flag. She's about to waste your time because she's not looking at you as a human being. She's looking at you as a mark. She's looking at you as a simp. She's looking at you as a dollar sign. And you should be very, very cautious with women like this. I don't ever, if a girl ever try to like insinuate me giving them money or cash shopping them or anything like that, I'm like, you out your fucking mind. I ain't giving you nothing. Fuck, I gotta give you some money for it. You got a job. You begging ass bitch. What the fuck you asking for a cash app for? Like cash at me. Like never. I'm telling you, if you're on these dating apps and you see these girls talking about, oh, cash at me if you're serious about like hitting me up, they about to waste your time. Don't do it. Don't play those games. Save your fucking money. And also, she likes your response on IG. Now we've all had a time in which we commented on a girl's Instagram story or whatever. Maybe you gave it a little fire emojis. Maybe you commented something or you gave her a compliment or whatever. And most of the time, they gonna eat that shit up. But if she doesn't even patronize you with a thank you back or a smiley face, anything, if she just likes it, she's wasting your time, man. She's gonna waste your time. Don't pursue that no more. Don't comment on her story no more. Don't give her not another compliment because she's just not into it, man. She's not with you on that level. I'm telling you, if you compliment a girl that's attracted to you, they throw it at you. They were literally like throw it at. There's been times which I've like just said something offhand, like I made an offhand comment about a girl's Instagram story, and then they throwing they coming back with a bunch of smiley faces, kissy faces, all this shit, like, and they flirting back with me. I didn't even say anything yet. And there's been times in which I have given them compliments and they just like it back. And I know when they just like your comment, it's a wrap, man. They about to waste your time. Don't. Matter of fact, you might be better off just unfollowing them. There's no reason to still be on that story and still looking at them because they not even checking for you for real, for real. At least at that particular time. But those are just a couple of things to look out for in this little dating world that we all inhabit. If you experience any of these things, man, just know I told you first. She's wasting your time. Gotta fall back, do your thing, focus on yourself. With that being said, that's the video. I'm Dad Poppy, signing out.